Hello, Poodle Moth.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
What made you want to do the Masked Singer?
I don't know. No, honestly, I think because I was so afraid of it, and I was like, it's not going to be good. This is not going to be. Um, I don't think I'm going to do well. I'm like, I don't think I'm going to do well, so I should probably, you know, not do this. And then it ended up being like such a great learning experience, but I definitely was afraid. Certainly was afraid. Even up until like the last moment, like because it's just it's something I haven't done before. It's difficult enough to like show up and get the nerves out of the way when you're singing without a costume on, you know. So
But you did great. You really did. Your voice was amazing. That costume, though, it looked a little hard to move around in. You had wings, you had a whole
oh
contraption.
yeah, first of all, it was in like so there were pants, then there was like a vest, and then there was like a top, and then another thing, and then the mask,
Oh
and
my
then the
God.
wings. Yeah. And so I was like, okay. And also just because I didn't want to knock people over with the wings,
Mhm.
and to be like sort of guided around, I was like, oh no. Like, sorry guys, and I had to like shimmy up the stairs. So it was definitely a challenge, but also kind of freeing to not have anybody really know you in the costume.
Yeah, I was going to ask because, well, most people know you as an actress. You also sing and you've sang on some pretty big stages, but this time you're doing it with your identity concealed. So what
Yeah.
kind of set that apart? Because you've spoken about having stage fright and stuff like that before, but this time nobody really knew who you were.
Yeah, no, you definitely I still had stage fright for sure. But because nobody knew who I was, it was kind of nice, but then also um just challenging because I was like, would I sound the same if I didn't have the costume on? Would I still do the same things? And so just not to try to get in your own head, but just enjoy the experience and just like be liberated in that like nobody knows. So
Yeah.
yeah, I just try to sort of lean into that more. Yeah.
Who did you tell? Did you tell any of your This Is Us family?
Oh, no, no, no. No, 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 no. No. No, I didn't tell anybody. A lot of people asked me, like, once the show was airing, like,
Mhm.
is that you? I know your voice. I'm telling you that's you. And I'm like, no, it's not. Like, why do you guys keep saying like no? I really like when it comes to jobs, like I really am like, I want to keep the job and I want to be respectful of the job. But no, nobody knew. Nobody
Wow.
knew.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw on your Instagram there were so many people commenting poodle moth, poodle moth, poodle
I
moth
know.
on like unrelated posts. They're just like poodle moth. Like, oh
I
my God,
know.
people
They're
have
like,
figured
I
this
see
out.
you, girl. I'm like, no. And I was like, okay, if I engage, then they'll know it's me. If I don't engage, then they'll think it's me. I'm like, what do I do? And I'm like, I'll just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. Just leave it alone.
That is too funny. Would you ever do something like this again?
Boy, I don't know. It was challenging for me.
Yeah.
It was challenging. I mean, I have so much respect for people who have done it, who do it, who do
Mhm.
mascot or like costume work. My goodness. I don't know. I don't know if I would. I mean, probably, only because it's music and I love music so much
Yeah.
and I do appreciate a challenge because I feel like I learn a lot about myself through it. But yeah, I don't know. Depends on the
Well,
moment I'm in,
yeah.
like yeah. I have to be honest. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or what other iteration of some kind of show like this is going to come out, right?
Yeah, well, that's true too. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, so you have some exciting stuff coming up. You're going to be starring in Stars' Hunting Wives with Brittany
Yeah.
Snow and Dermot Mulroney, among others. What can you
Yeah.
tease about that?
Well, the cast is amazing. Rebecca Cutter, who is the writer, she's awesome. And May Cobb, who wrote the novel. Um, it's so juicy. I think it's one of those shows that people are going to really enjoy watching, and it's different than what we've seen. And because it's set in East Texas, I think that seeing that world is very different and fun. And I know people love Friday Night Lights and
Hmm.
like, just sort of seeing this very specific view um, of a community, of a town, of a state, that to me is so interesting, but it is very juicy.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
What about your new music? You're also working on some stuff.
Yeah, I'm an independent artist now, which is so exciting. It's so fun to write what I want to write and record what I want to record and work with the people I want to work with,
Mhm.
and gratefully. And so, yeah, just putting out stuff that means something to me and not trying to chase a radio, or not trying to. I mean, of course, anybody would love to have a radio hit, but like, I just want to tell stories and through song
Mhm.
that mean something to me. So I'm excited to share that with people.
Because you do both, can you say that you have a favorite or do you
Oh
like them both
gosh.
equally?
Yeah, no. I mean, music really was my first love.
Hmm.
Um, but what they give me are they're very similar, but
Hmm.
like very different at the same time. With like live music, there's something so invigorating about like the instant sort of connection.
Yeah.
And then there's some sort of comfort with like being on a set where you get to really develop a character, or you get to really be in a scene with someone and you get to do it multiple times and try things out. And um, yeah, I could never choose. I love them both so much.
I have to ask, just because I'm a This Is Us fan, I know so many people are, can we expect any kind of reunion or reboot or remake or anything from you guys in the
I,
future?
I mean, I hope so. I,
Yeah.
I would like a This Is Us movie,
Hmm.
like Sex and the City did it.
Yeah,
Like,
why not?
like I think it would be really fun. And it would be really just like exciting to see like where everybody's at.
Hmm.
You know, I mean, as a fan of the people who were on the show, I would like to see it. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
We'll
get
see.
in that group chat. Do you guys have a group
Oh
chat? Are
yeah.
you keeping in touch?
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, all the time. Um, I think there's always like we would have to have Dan Fogelman involved.
Yeah.
So like, what does Dan think? Would Dan want to write it? Like that would
Mhm.
be sort of my question, because I don't think any of us would want to do it if Dan wasn't involved.